third attempt to, as you can observe, we are having a buffering between my voices and movements of my mouth and the lead time of the information. We are having issue at this time, the economic espionage, which is basically you get in touch with issues without authorization. Can go related with issues at the security forum, at the defensive system macro, international security forum, if you are the troubled part of this, like the criminal mind on it. You will try to get in touch with issues that do not belong to you, that are against the crime, and you are representing criminals and criminal purpose. And when you do this using a illicit procedure, summary, having summarized the topic by the interference you are having, you will invent any kind of indictment or situation against innocent persons to excuse the continuity of procedure and get in touch with the issues. You need to supply the expectation of criminals and criminal groups as interests related with you. We will end our conversation here. We had the risk report up to today. We will move forward if it's possible, but we are under interference. So we will summarize the thing. We are using economic espionage as one of the crimes perpetrated by the violated rights and guarantees with issues or elements at private living and privacy touched by illicit procedure. In general, the pattern we observed as illegal workflow is told as a crime also in Brazil, which is the continuity of a illicit procedure against persons innocent. And this is one of the ways to invent indictment or situations or anything to continue the illicit procedure and get in touch with issues little by little over 10 years. You indeed compiled a big immaterial asset as development, creation, or even the foundation of things, especially when you do the use of things you got in touch. You had as result the illicit advantage. And by this we are using the economic espionage. The penalty in the United States go up to life prison and more than 10 million or almost 1 billion as fines. We are on Cgq Moutinho City, of course the interference. We had goals, quite simple, and we have issued also that the institutional corruption as criminal system indeed is the institutional weakness traced and codified. We will observe that if I have my machine and you create a partition on it, everything I do inside my machine as installation, even the copy machine or whatever, you will do the repetition here. Same thing as files, you will put here, right? It's the same idea as anything considering your institution or array of communication. When you shut down the energy in an area, you will have this area here replacing after you turn the energy on. Having this as clandestine in everything you do, it's not something that will go all the time, but with periods or frequency, which give me the idea as wave. When we are on, you are out of the show. You are on, you are out of the show, but always having a space here as an interval to allow you make this interface as shut down the energy or have the reunion on the Department of Police to do the payments like observed in Rio de Janeiro and modify the case about murder or any other thing, including for instance the summit at G20 to show illicit advantages in global scale in Brazil is transnational organized crime through the institutional system. Always the same pattern. The clandestine architecture is inside the regular architecture with a big piece outside but represented inside, showing up not as a constant movement but a frequency. Then you use the idea as repeated decimal 1, 0, 9, 9, and the repeated decimal, which is this frequency of interval. Indeed, this kind of thing took the integrity but not the total integrity of architecture, because you need them to cover and hide your interest. Like observe the pattern we have. Complained as economic espionage, because indeed you got in touch with issues are using and obtaining any kind of advantage, even if it is not suffered the consequences 2002, which is the continuity told by law in Brazil of a illicit procedure against persons, because goes also against individual, company, foreigners, states, whatever, against persons that you know as innocent. In general, you have the fake records or event the situation. You have the continuity after this, and of course that you got in touch with issues, right? Economic espionage, the imprisonment in the United States go also until life prison, and you have a lot of many other crimes listed against this repulsive criminal system formed by Brazil and years. Have a great Sunday and week.